good. Wow. Thank you for that.
There is one single solitary moment in this fucking movie that made me say, alright, that was okay.
Fuck me.
This one gave me Ice Cube, War of the Worlds flashbacks. You can probably see why that is. It's not quite as, hey, fuck you, you'll watch anything, but you're kinda just watching nothing. You see, my dear viewer, if you actually laid down real money to see this, I'm afraid you've been fucked. When I say a movie is nothing, you've essentially viewed emptiness. Usually it begins with an idea that nobody really wanted. The premise is Chris Pratt plays some lifeless idiot, like his last movie, who is strapped to some AI-powered device that will kill him if he can prove that he didn't kill his wife. Essentially, the court system in the future, hopefully it's fiction, but instead of making an effort to dive into what this future would look like, really explore the consequences of AI determining somebody's life, we get bad effects and scenes clearly designed for 3D, so much so at the theater they wanted to give me 3D glasses even though I didn't reserve that, and a twist that's overly predictable because we already know the direction they're going.
We are in hell.
I'm gonna spoil one thing really quickly. I promise I won't spoil anything else. You don't want to see this, believe me. Chris Pratt is not guilty.
Shocking.
So with that one plot element established, you should be able to determine why he's there in a system we already know is not working correctly, and maybe piece together what's going on. Let's not forget it's established immediately that he heavily advocated for AI trials, with a setup so conveniently designed to go one way. In this case, it goes that way. I'm gonna leave the plot there, there really is nothing new. We've seen this scenario before. The only thing, because I did hint at one positive earlier, and that is a slightly decent revelation at the end. It's only slight, and it doesn't make up for anything. You see, there is a lot wrong with the trial that is finishing this movie. Maybe that was the idea. It is a movie about a trial. Speaking of, Rebecca Ferguson plays the AI, who legitimately has more personality than Chris Pratt. It's so not gonna be that scenario when the AI has a human side by the end. Ridiculous. But I may as well get into the biggest issue with Mercy. It's boring. Really, really boring. Most of it is Pratt using AI to look for clues digitally. Again, maybe some potential, but it doesn't do anything to draw you in. There's no tension, the system isn't remotely interesting. Like I said, it's designed for 3D, that was the main goal. If you look past that, it's not memorable. And the real crazy thing is, you're ready for this, the effects aren't that good. How is it that in 2026 we still have movies with notable actors who don't put that much effort in, and effects that are less than decent? How is that? When did the bar drop this low? Let's get a look at the budget here for a movie that takes place mainly in one room. Let's see, 60 million. Well, that went to good use. I kind of sorta don't think they're making that back, but it does bring up the interesting topic of minimalistic movies, which I don't think this is. It may mostly be small in scale, but the overall picture isn't. The way I see it, it's got all the downsides of small scale movies, not much happening, not much to see, but the benefits? No, because it's not simplistic. It's just empty. I am a big fan of small-scale movies when they're done right. A lot of times they are. In the case of this, again, no. A comparison would be an insult. It doesn't innovate, it's just the same thing for most of the runtime. Asking the Ferguson judge to do stuff, pretending she has no emotion, which we know she eventually will. So when all you get is I'm not gonna call it a twist, more like culprit who isn't remotely shocking, you have to wonder why you sat through over an hour of the same thing. It's not like you have suspects to choose from, you don't piece it together. The movie is not trying to challenge you. You know it's not going to be Pratt who did it, that's a line they wouldn't dare cross. Now the only thing left to give this any kind of merit is making use of the anti-AI message. Where do you think that goes? The answer is nowhere. Obviously, the AI system doesn't work. That's clear immediately. But would you believe me if I told you they somehow actually lean toward pro-AI?
God bless America!
I can't exactly say how they get this done without spoiling stuff, and to be honest, they'll probably forget by tomorrow, but a movie that rakes in a relatively high body count because of AI juries is somehow partially pro-AI. You can't make this stuff up. You may also be wondering, what do you mean, body count? Where does the body count come from? It takes place mainly in one room. All I can say is, Con Air. If you've seen Con Air, you may have questioned the morality of not shooting the plane down to save one man and having it land in the middle of the Las Vegas Strip. Being an outlandish action movie with Nicolas Cage, they don't talk about the potential dead bodies. I'm sure they ran for it, but Mercy is meant to be thought-provoking, a commentary. Even though it's an epic fail, having an ending like this is out of place. It's like the ending of Drop, a relatively good movie, but not the best climax. Or at least not a fitting climax. It's not just the ending being ridiculous, it's not just the change in tone. The asinine reveal, it's pure and simply not good. And there was one part of the reveal I kind of liked, actually foreshadowed intelligently, so some credit there, but it doesn't make the rest of this okay. It's literally a movie with nothing good about it aside from that part isn't bad. It's one of those cases. On the main channel I talk about these quite often, and I'm not tied down to only new releases. You can check that out along with the gaming channel. You'll find those links in the description. Though I'm probably not gonna reanalyze this because it's just bad. Beyond ill-advised. And given the effect AI is having on real life, which is, I'd say, more than worrisome, it's too bad we can't have a movie that really depicts that in a manner that isn't brain dead. I don't think anybody had high hopes for it. Why would you? It's not a fun movie to get through. But above anything else, it reminded me of War of the Worlds. When a movie brings back those memories, that's probably enough.
All copies. Destroy them.
Just a complete disaster all around. I don't think I need to remind you not to see this in a theater. Or ever, but if you do, let me know you thought about Mercy down in the comments. Like the video, subscribe down below, share it if you can, and hit the bell to get notified because recommendations are about as consistent as the AI. I'm the cinema analyst because somebody has to be.